profumo con giorni di colore, ogni dono mi fa palpitar, ogni dono mi fa palpitar, ogni dono mi fa palpitar.
Isn't she wonderful? Stunning, stunning. Reminds me of that chap who used to play rugby with, oh, Buffy Thumpton, that's it. Oh, not really, just something about the trousers.
Special reason. Isn't she wonderful at the loud bits?
Oh, yes.
Look, the thing is, Bertie, what with her great soul and everything, she has this rather serious outlook on life. I want you to back me up. Let her know I've got a serious mind and so forth.
I didn't know you had any sort of a mind.
That is just the sort of remark we don't want, thank you very much. Well, I suppose we could better get backstage and meet her.
Oh, I think it's some more opera first.
Surely not.
Oh, yes, that was only Act 1.
Well, how many are there?
4.
Good God! But, well, it's wonderful. Super. What a treat. Oh, well done. Splendid.
Yes, well done.
Who is it?
It's Hildebrand, darling.
One moment, Hildebrand.
Hildebrand?
Just shut up. Gentlemen. Hello, Cora. You remember Bertie Wooster?
Otto, Cora?
Good evening, Mr. Wooster.
Sorry. Topping show.
Why, thank you. I did not know you were a devotee of the opera, Mr. Wooster.
Well, I saw Naughty Naughty at the Hippodrome last year.
Did you really? Hildebrand, I should be grateful if you do not smoke a cigar in my dressing room.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh, he's so serious-minded, old Tuppy.
I beg your pardon.
Tuppy, serious-minded. Oh, Lord, yes.
Indeed.
Famous for it. I often say to him, you know, when we're at the races or shifting a few at the trough, I say to him, Tuppy, old fellow, you are serious-minded, aren't you?
Absolutely. Well, that went pretty well, I thought.
But how are you going to keep it up, Tuppy?
Now, I've my long-term strategy, Bertie. You remember Beefy Bingham?
Yes, I ran into him the other day. He's a parson now.
Yes, quite. Down in the East End. Well, the thing is, Cora's frightfully keen on good works. So I've been helping Beefy out at the lads' club he runs down there for the local toughs. Well, you know the sort of thing. Cocoa and cribbage in the reading room and whatnot.
Yes, I wonder where you've been getting to.
What's more, Cora's promised to sing at Beefy's next entertainment. And, mark my devilish ingenuity, Bertie, I'm going to sing too.
And how is that going to get you anywhere?
Because I intend to sing a song which will prove to her once and for all that there are great deeps in my nature. Well, I'm not going to sing one of your mouldy old comic songs. I'm going to sing about angels being lonely and, well, all that kind of stuff.
Angels being lonely? You're not going to sing Sonny Boy?
I jolly well am. The angels grew lonely, took you because they were lonely. Now I'm lonely too, Sonny Boy.
I can't be responsible for Tuppy's affairs of the heart.
You may be my favorite nephew,
But Aunt Dahlia...
but he is your friend, Bertie. Up until about 3 weeks ago, that blasted Glossop was all over my daughter, haunting the house, lapping up daily lunches, dancing with her half the night and so on. Well, naturally, the poor kid imagined that it was only a question of time before he suggested they should feed for life out of the same bucket. And now he's gone and dropped Angela like a hot brick. And I hear he's infatuated with some singer.
Cora Bellinger.
How do you know?
I've met her.
What's she like?
Bit on the lines of the Albert Hall.
I want this Bellinger business broken up, Bertie. A little thing like this should be child's play to Jeeves, from all I hear.
From what Mr. Wooster has told me of the lady, I believe that should Miss Bellinger witness Mr. Glossop appearing to disadvantage in public, she would cease to entertain affection for him. In the event, for example, of his failing to please the audience on Tuesday with his singing.
By Jove, you mean if he gets the bird, all will be off?
I should be greatly surprised if this were not the case, sir.
Yeah, but we cannot leave this thing to chance, Jeeves.
We need not leave it entirely to luck, sir. If Mr. Glossop were to sing Sonny Boy directly after you, too, sir, had sung Sonny Boy, I fancy the audience would have lost their taste for that particular song and would respond warmly, I'm sure.
Jeeves, you are a marvel.
Thank you, madam.
Jeeves, you are an ass. Me sing Sonny Boy at one of Beefy Bingham's entertainments.
Mr. Wooster has a pleasant, light baritone, Mrs. Travers. He often uses it about the flat.
Bertie, you'll sing it and like it.
England, England, England. It's about time you passed. Where were the daring hearts? By Arctic flow or torrid strands, like heroes play their part. England, England. She was a favourite of men.
Not a large gathering, sir, but enthusiastically partisan.
Oh, you here, Jeeves.
Oh, indeed, sir. I've been present since the commencement.
Any casualties yet?
Oh, no, sir.
So I'll be the first, will I?
By no means, sir. I anticipate that you will be well received.
Do you suppose, for one moment, when Tuppy Glossop hears me sing that dashed song, he'll just stroll on a moment later and sing it too?
Mr. Glossop will not hear you sing, sir.
Eh?
At my advice, he has stepped across the road to the Dog and Duck, and he intends to remain there until it's time for him to appear on the platform.
Oh. That the world repeats.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson, thank you. And now, an old friend of mine who's here to entertain us, Mr. Bertie Wooster.
Climb upon my knees, sonny boy. You are only 3, sonny boy. You've no way of knowing, I've no way of showing what you mean to me, sonny boy. When there are gray skies, I don't mind those gray skies. Make them blue, sunny boy. Friends, ain't forsake me, lest them all sunny boy. You're sent from heaven, and I know your worth. You made a heaven.
You are only la 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 la.
Time, Mr. Glossop, sir?
Thank you, Jeeves.
The angels grew lonely, took you because they were lonely. Now I'm lonely too, sonny boy.
And now, a real treat, someone who's become very familiar to us at the cribbage board over the past few weeks, but tonight he's going to sing for us, Mr. Hildebrand Glossop. Mr. Glossop has also helped us with the ping pong.
Most professionally performed, if I may say so, sir.
You may, Jeeves, you may.
Mr. Glossop.
Mind you, the bird was definitely hovering in the air. I could feel the beating of its wings.
I fancy the audience may have lost their taste for this particular melody, sir.
Eh?
I should perhaps have mentioned it earlier, sir, but the song was performed twice before you arrived.
Without any further ado, I'll hand you
Do you mean
over
to tell me, Jeeves, that you deliberately...
I think Mr. Glossop is about to begin,
tenor
sir.
voice.
Climb up on my knee, sonny boy. You are only 3, sonny boy. There's no way of knowing, you've no way of showing what you mean to me, sonny boy. When there are gray skies, make them blow, sonny boy.
Surgeon's knife, eh, Jeeves?
Precisely, sir.
Yes, I think we may definitely consider the Glossop-Bellinger romance off.
The next item on the program was to have been songs by Miss Cora Bellinger, the well-known operatic soprano. Now, I've just received a telephone message from Miss Bellinger saying that her car has broken down. Now, she is, however, on her way in a cab and will arrive shortly. Now, in the meantime, perhaps our old friend, Mr. Enoch Simpson...
Jeeves, she wasn't even here.
So it would seem, sir.
So she never saw Tuppy's Waterloo. This whole agony has been for nothing.
Most unfortunate, sir.
Well, I'm going home, Jeeves. Never, never, never involve me in one of your schemes again.
Very good, sir. With your permission, sir, I would like to witness the remainder of the entertainment.
Well, rather you than me, Jeeves. Personally, my heart has turned to stone.
May I, sir?
He went down and he sang it and status.
Mr. Jeeves.
Good evening, madam. Ray?
So glad you could make it. Yes, thank you, Mr. Simpson. Thank you. And now, and well worth waiting for, I'm sure you'll agree, Miss Cora Bellinger.
You know, Jeeves, I had one of the rummiest phone calls in a lifetime of rummy phone calls last night.
Indeed, sir.
From my Aunt Dahlia. She told me that Tuppy was there with Angela and that all was over between him and Miss Bellinger.
I confess that I had anticipated some such eventuality, sir.
Eh?
The thought came to me when I observed Miss Bellinger strike Mr. Glossop in the eye, sir.
What on earth did she do that for?
I fancy she was upset, sir, at the vigour with which the audience expressed their disapproval of her choice of song.
Now, Jeeves, you're not going to tell me that Miss Bellinger sang Sonny Boy too?
Yes, sir.
Well, what an extraordinary coincidence.
Not entirely, sir. I took the liberty of accosting Miss Bellinger on her arrival at the hall and saying that Mr. Glossop had requested that she sing Sonny Boy as a particular favour to him, sir.
I say, Jeeves.
Precisely, sir. She supposed that she had been the victim of a practical pleasantry by Mr. Glossop. She took it hard, sir.
Good heavens, Jeeves.
Shall I run your bath, sir?
Thank you, Jeeves, yes. Oh, Jeeves.
Yes, sir?
Those +6s, Jeeves. Get rid of them, will you?
Thank you, sir. It will be a wrench at first, but you'll feel better for it.